Hello, how's it going? It's your girl, Lady Mocha. I want to say thank all of you for showing me so much love. I even thank all of you who've been giving me constructive criticism. I've been having so many people look out for me in the smallest ways. You notice if I misspell a certain word, you'll look out for me and you'll tell me about it, you know, without being mean and extra. And then I have had others who have given me advice stating that I should start collecting monetary fees for my shows, because, you know, for my topics, because it's been just that interesting and helpful. So I thank all of you. I thank all, whether if it was a good comment or a negative comment. I learned from the negative as well. You know, sometimes we don't always learn from doing good. Sometimes you have to learn from doing bad too. You know, they both come hand in hand, you know. So I want to thank each and every one of you for all of your help and all of your support. That brings me to tonight's topic, though. I felt it was very imperative that I discuss this. And the reason I wanted to discuss this particular topic that I'm going to be discussing with y'all tonight is because I noticed that it hasn't happened often, but there are a few, I would say, I don't want to say hyenas, because a hyena is the type of female I consider is low class, below the budget. Just she's a square root away from being a thought. So I really don't want to label these type of females hyenas, because I don't know them personally. I don't know how they live. I don't know how many men they go to bed with. I don't know how many baby daddies they have. I don't know enough about them to label them. But I will say it's been a few what I would call ticking time bombs that been trying to respond to my page with some foolishness, and I think all of my followers, y'all been putting them in their place professionally, and I thank y'all for that. Y'all been doing it so diligently, you know, without all the name calling and, you know, getting gut bucket about it. Y'all just been, you know, mature, putting them in their place in a mature manner, and I appreciate that, or whatever. So I've been having these ticking time bombs who apparently feel that I'm like a chauvinistic type of female, that I'm always so negative about black women. They're trying to put me on the same platform with Tommy Sotomayor, and I'm nowhere near his platform. First of all, Tommy has way more followers than me. He has way more clout. His platform is 20 times bigger than mine. So me and him are nowhere on the same level. Not only that, he's a black man and I'm a black woman. Okay, so we're nowhere. I'll never be able to be on his level, and he'll never be able to be on my level. And I respect his work. I respect what he does. I don't agree with a lot of his stuff, but I agree with some of his things. So other than that, you know, I'm the kind of person, even if I don't necessarily agree with everything, I can agree with some things. Unlike, I noticed the majority of these ticking time bombs, they want to pick out certain parts that offend them the most. That way they could take those specific parts and run with those parts instead of looking at the overall topic. Okay, I've been having a couple of females ticking time bombs, you know, following me and commenting and basically, you know, consider me a, I don't want to say dick rider or whatever, but, you know, as far as for the guys. And what they're not understanding is, if they got to know me and looked at all of my videos instead of certain ones, they will see that I also give these ticking time bombs advice. I've even told them what kind of men they need to avoid. And the thing about the difference between women and men is, what I notice about the men, guys can take constructive criticism, because I've been riding some of the guys too. I've been getting on them too about being thought targets and thirst traps. And you know what, I've had men say, you know what, you keeping it real. Men don't have a problem being called out, but us ticking time bomb women, we cannot stand to be exposed. We want to do all the exposing, but we can't stand to be exposed. That's besides the point, though. I'm not going to do this video to whine about, you know, ticking time bombs that's throwing shade and trying to throw grenades and stuff. That's not really my overall. What I found interesting about it is it really opened my eyes to make me realize how black women operate with one another. And this is not just on a social media type of level. It's always been like that, even if I've had personal friendships, even if I connected with black women on the job, you know, it's just black women. We don't have really positive connections with one another. We just really don't. You know, black women just have this attitude where we just feel like we know more than the other, we better than the other one, and not understanding that all of us got something we can offer. All of us got some type of potential. Those of us who, you know, really got the common sense and the knowledge have all type of potential. But this is my point, because I don't want to go way to the left on this one. There's far too many hyenas, you know, are ticking time bombs that are underestimating intelligent black women. Okay, and the reason I can speak on this is because I have had friendships where I've been really close and really cool with certain females, and because I'm not one that uses excessive amounts of profanity, I'm not one that's quick to jump over the counter if somebody gives me an order of small fries when I order the jumbo size. I'm not one that you're going to catch scrapping a Waffle House with no drawers on and my titties hitting me back in the face and fighting me back. I'm not one that's going to be fighting and scrapping in the street in front of my kids with some other hyena over a man that neither one of us really got. I've just always been on a different level, and it's unfortunate that when you're a humble spirited black woman, it's these hyenas and ticking time bombs that constantly try to challenge you and want to take you out of your character. And this is just to let you know, black men, it's not just y'all who got to deal with these ticking time bombs and these hyenas. It's black women, humble black women such as myself, or intelligent black women, classy black women, who also got to deal with these ticking time bombs and these hyenas. We got to deal with them in our neighborhoods. We got to deal with them on our jobs. We got to deal with them. You know, I feel more sorry for you fellas because y'all the ones that actually have a relationship. And y'all got children from them. So I could only imagine what y'all go through when I compared to what I had to go through just dealing with them on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my problem is that, you know, it's too many hyenas and ticking time bombs that are underestimating humble spirited women. Just because a female, a woman, does not cuss you out, is not quick to put her hands on you, is not quick to respond with excessive amount of profanity, that don't mean we weak. That don't mean we slow. That don't mean we simple. Okay? That doesn't make a woman cottonelle tissue just because she's not willing to respond and react to every bomb that you try to throw on her lap. Okay? And but these hyenas and ticking time bombs are not understanding. You have women such as myself that has gone through so much in life to realize certain shit just not relevant. Certain things are just not relevant. Certain things you don't have to pick every battle. You got to know when to pick and choose your battles. The difference between a woman and a hyena: a woman knows when to choose her battles. She knows, okay, this is the time I need to stand up, because if you don't stand up for some things, you'll fall for anything. She also knows when to shut up, keep her mouth closed, and say, you know what, let me dismiss myself from this situation before it goes to 1,000. Hyenas, ticking time bombs, the problem with y'all is y'all don't set no boundaries for yourself. Y'all don't set no limits for yourself. Y'all don't know when y'all doing too much. You don't know when you talking too much. You don't know when you starting too much stuff. You don't have no censors. It comes a point where a real woman has a stop button. She has boundaries. She has limits. I can feel when I'm getting ready to take myself to a level I don't need to go to. So you know what I do? I disengage. I'll walk away from the situation. Okay? Most would consider it being a woman, but you hyenas or you ticking time bombs, y'all are consider a woman who walks away from situations that and refuse to entertain your shenanigans. You think she weak, you think she's stupid, you think she's slow. But this is the difference between hyena and women. I've been able to conquer the majority of females just mentally on how I think, because I don't always let a female know what's on my mind, because black women, and some of you can co-sign on this and some of you may not, the worst thing any black woman of intelligence could do is to let a hyena or a ticking time bomb knows all her weaknesses. Because what ticking time bombs and hyenas do, they play on that. They play on your weaknesses. They play on the things that they know really get to you. If they know your man means everything to you, they'll try your man. If they know your job means everything to you, they'll try to make you lose your job. If they know your children mean everything to you, they'll call defects and do all kind of little mischievous, devilish things to try to make you lose your children. Some of y'all have been there, and I haven't gotten there with defects and things of that nature, because I'm the kind of person, once I see warning signs, I disengage. I've had to cut a lot of friendships out of my life because I don't wait for danger to strike. Once I start sensing and seeing you're going to be a person that's going to be full of confrontation and drama, I disengage from you. I don't wait till you try to sleep with my husband, or you try to try to take my job, try to do all kind of, under the belt things for me to see the light. I can see the light in how you talk, how you walk. I can just be in a 5-minute conversation with a female, and I can tell if she's going to be the type of if she's a ticking time bomb or a hyena type. And I can give you some scenarios on that. First of all, women, we have to be careful who we consider as friends. The problem is a lot of black women, we think because we got things in common with other black women, we automatically friends, okay? And I'm a living witness. I have allowed myself to be too comfortable with certain women. I have told them more of my business than what I needed to. I have left myself open and vulnerable, sharing things with them, thinking because we're friends that we can be open like that. And that's actually very dangerous to do these days. Women being too open with hyenas and ticking time bombs is just as bad as a man going in a raw and not using no protection with a hyena. That's the same thing. You can't leave yourself too open as a black woman when it comes to dealing with certain other black women. Okay? So, as I was saying, black women, we think we have a lot in common with each other. We do, but we don't at the same token. A lot of us think because we share common interests, common struggles, like a lot of black women are bonded through similar struggles. Like there's been cases where I became friends with people who were just so happen going through a bad time like I was, who was in a struggle trying to keep their job like I was. And the funny thing about black women is, ironically, I noticed that a lot of us, we connect through pain. We connect through pain. In other words, a lot of us may be friends with each other because she going through some things with her old man, and this one over here going through some things with her old man. So y'all come together, sharing y'all similar struggles, thinking y'all can lean on each other, thinking y'all can confide in each other, when in actuality, this hyena is just waiting for the moment, waiting for you to cross her, waiting for you to do anything out of alignment where she can use all of that against you. And I speak so strongly on this is because black women, we're not always good for one another. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this, but the truth of the matter is, while we're so worried about black men doing us in, white men doing us in, white women doing us in, we do each other in more than any other race. Okay, because you have too many hyenas that, like I said, that's underestimating humble-minded females, you know. And what they're not understanding is, you know, why you think you're the one in control, because you using your mouthpiece, you're loud, you obnoxious, you airing people's dirty laundry, you try to spite them. And you know what, I can never understand black women with that, airing each other's dirty laundry, because most of the time no one ain't doing no better than the other. You know, while you over here maybe airing what I'm going through with my old man, airing what type of issues I have on my job, you got issues. It may not be the same issues as mine. You might try to air issues about my husband, but see, you don't have a husband to air your business about. You get what I'm saying? Or you might try to knock my job, but at the same token, you having trouble on your job, or you don't even have a job at all to have no trouble with. You see where I'm going? We constantly thinking, you know, black women are constantly trying to have a one-up on each other, when really we still in the struggle together. I don't care if her husband over there treating her better, if your husband treating you better than her husband treating hers. At the end of the day, we all gonna take turns with struggles, because it's gonna be a moment when me and my husband may be in a good place, and you and your husband may not be, and vice versa. All of us not gonna have it going on at the same time now. At some point, you know, issues, they fluctuate. Life is like a seesaw. When I'm up, you may be down. When you down, I may be up. You know, that doesn't make me better than you or you better than me. It's just that we all struggle on different levels, you know. And you may have some uppity black women who figure because they got their own businesses, figure because they've been married to the same man for 50, 60 years, kids went to college, and they looking down on another female, you know, that probably hasn't been as fortunate to be in a marriage for a long time, had to struggle to kind of get to where she is, you know. Kids didn't get to make it to college because she didn't have the funds to afford to put them in college, you know. But at the same token, it's things she's accomplished, that things she did accomplish that the female who figured got so much didn't accomplish, you know. Just because a woman is is in a different level of struggling, that doesn't mean she's less of a woman, and that doesn't make you more than a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because granted, while you may have this perfect picture white picket fence life that you got it going on, you drive a Lexus, your husband drive a Benz, y'all live in a big home, and this person over here live in a shack. At the end of the day, y'all both got problems, okay? Your husband may have all that money, but he constantly stay out of town. He's always in business trips. You know, his side chick may be in Venezuela or overseas in Brazil somewhere. He just got the money. He got more finances to cheat and mess around and do what he want to do. While this female over here, her husband, he ain't big in the money like that. He may be cheating with Kiki next door, but at the end of the day, you know, you getting cheated on and she getting cheated on. Just like I said, the struggle's the same. It's just on different levels, you know. And you know, the problem is too many black women, we around here, you know, looking down on one another, and the majority of us who doing it ain't got no room to do it, because just like you up here judging other females who's going through their struggles, it's females who's doing better than you judging your struggle. Why you think you got all these accomplishments? I've seen women do it. It seems like no matter how good another woman, how much we accomplish, and how good we're doing, a female is going to always try to find a way to devalue that. Don't you know, I heard a female one time said, you know, she got her master's degree, and she you know, she finally get her doctorate degree. Another black female gonna turn around and ask her, well, not ask her, but she gonna reply back, yeah, you got all your degrees, but you got them from online. Like, that's an insult. So you mean to tell me this black woman is proud of what she does, and you're going to try to knock that by saying, oh, but that's online. So basically, because she's not in the classroom, school is school. Why are you trying to devalue another woman's success? And black women, we do it all the time. We see another black woman with a nice car, another black woman with a nice home. I don't know why she got that big on home. She can't afford all them payments. She don't make no money like that. You know, we are constantly trying to knock, you know, each other's potentials. But on the other hand too, you know, while we're knocking each other's potentials, you also have other women, you know, who are constantly forgetting where they come from. When they do finally make it to that level, they forget the hell where they done forgot where they come from. Cause you in your house now, you was fortunate, God blessed you to bring a man into your life that has a nice career, a nice business, so you living nice, you comfortable, you got your nice home or whatever, and you looking down on other women who may live in an apartment or got the, you know, live off of Section 8 until she gets to the place where, till she gets to a place in her life where she doesn't have to be dependent on benefits and stuff. You knocking her like you always had it like that. It's a lot of black females that have the tendency, when God finally opened doors for them, they forgot where they were. They forgot they didn't always have it like that. And they look down on other women like they never been there. And the only bad part about it is what women, with females on this level, what I call, you know, bougie and ghetto at the same time. You could be bougie and ghetto at the same time. You can have a lot of materialistic things, degrees and all these credentials, and still be ghetto as hell, have a ghetto mentality, just like somebody who stays in the project. You know, these bougie females, you know, they forgot, you know, they didn't always have it like that. This is what kills me about some black folks. What people got to understand is, I don't care how successful you are, you didn't get there by yourself. I don't care if you earn them degrees on your own. It took somebody helping you get there. Like I tell people, I'm in the process to get my second master's degree. Even though it took me being the one to do all the, take all the tests, take all the exams, go to all the classes, I was the one up 3, 4 in the morning doing the homework. I didn't get there by myself. It took my husband working, paying the bills, holding it down. Don't you know I've been an at-home wife for 10 years? Going to school while he worked, and he took care of all the bills. In other words, had he not been doing that for me, I wouldn't have had the room to even be able to go to school. Some of y'all women get up there and you forgot how you got there. You forgot people who kept your kids while you went to your high cost college universities and Harvard and Stanford University and all of that. Somebody kept your kids for you to get there. Somebody did something as simple as lending you money for your books, because you didn't always have enough of financial aid or student loan or whatever to cover all your expenses. Other words, for every successful woman, somebody, or successful man, somebody was in the background who helped you get there. Even if it meant they just dropped you off to school because you ain't had no car. They dropped you off and picked you up. Had they not dropped you off and picked you up and they putt or whatever car they had at the time accommodating you, you would have never got to school. How often we forget the struggle. And black women, we terrible. It's like black women, we're so used to being compressed and bogged down. We're so used to being told we'll never get ahead. You ain't nothing. You ain't never gonna be nothing. You ain't this, you ain't that. And for those of us who do break that mold, the few of us who do accomplish and make it on that level, we start popping our own collar and smelling ourselves, because we were so determined to prove to other people who look at us less than that we're bigger than what they look at us as. So when we get there, we really get the big head. Our head be so swollen You can't even fit a wig on it. That's how swollen some of our heads get when we finally accomplish something. And a lot of that comes from, because like black men been told as little boys or whatever, you'll never be nothing. You'll never amount to nothing. You'll be like your daddy. Your daddy was in prison. Your uncle was in prison. You're going to prison. Believe it or not, black men, black women have been told the same thing. Do you know how many of us been told, you too dark? You'll never get that job because you too dark skinned. Or you'll never get that career because you ain't pretty enough. And God forbid, don't have a mother that was a whore who never handled her business. Oh, you're going to end up just like your mama. Your mama got 6, 7 kids and don't know none of the daddies. You're going to end up just like your mama. You know how many black women had to walk the same footsteps as they black mothers because people already labeled them just based on the type of woman who raised them. And it still happens today. I'm guilty of that. I see a black woman, you know, carrying herself in a bad manner, and I see she has no respect for herself. She has no real diligence or self-worth. And I see she has a daughter. I'm automatically zoning in on that child, saying, "Oh Lord, this little girl, I hope she don't grow up like her mama." It's just natural. A lot of black women have had to fight, you know, breaking generational curses just based on the way their mothers came up. You know, I'll even tell on myself, you know, and I'm not ashamed of my mom. You know, my mom's a very strong woman, you know, but she went through a lot. You know, she didn't have the best relationships, you know, and she'll tell you that. My mom, she'll keep it real. She don't try to sit there and she's not embarrassed or ashamed of what she went through. You got some people that are so ashamed of their own past, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to address it. And that's why I'm definitely going to do a video, because I want y'all to meet her, because she's just so awesome. But she's not ashamed of her past. You know, again, I saw what my mom went through, having all 5 and 6 of us. I didn't do it. I got one daughter, you know, because my mom already did. She already lived that struggle for me. I didn't have to repeat it. I already lived it. You know? Yeah, but, you know, it boils back down to what I was saying, you know, because I know I'm going way to the left. But it's too many hyenas underestimating humble women. Just because somebody ain't getting loud with you, talking back to you, all in your face and put you in your place, that don't make her less of a woman. She's just woman enough to know that certain things ain't worth her time responding to. Especially a woman who has went through a lot, because again, women, we have this tendency, but we play the part real well. We look like we got it together. We look like we got it together through our college degrees. We look like we got it together through the type of car we drive. Look like we got it together to the type of men we're married to, especially if that man has money. We have all these accessories that make us look like we know how to play the part. Women have learned how to use their marriages, their success. They learn how to use it as accessories. They tote it just like it's a Chanel bag with some Louis Vuitton shoes. They've learned to walk around with it with their chest poke out like they got it together. When really, a lot of them are still feeling less worthy. And that's why a lot of them still constantly feel the need to be validated. Y'all see them on Facebook, got to post every accomplishment, got to let you know when they got a new car, got to let you know, got to constantly show you what they bought, got to take pictures of themselves standing up in the mirror, posing from the left, posing from the right, showing you how good they look. Because they still need to feel validated. Even with all the success and all the accomplishments, they want an audience. They want somebody to pat them on their back. Oh, you go, girl. You look good, girl. You fine, girl. And this, that. And it still ain't enough. Because the next day, they still post other stuff. I'm like, how much validation you want? How much of an audience you want? We constantly looking for validation, but at the same time, we like to put each other down. Just because another black woman is carrying herself with class and dignity and not responding to every little insult or every little shade you throw at her, that don't make her less of a woman. Just some women, again, you look at people and everybody don't look like what they've gone through. People don't like what they've gone through. If I look like what I've gone through, I would like a total mess. People know how to wear their struggle. People know how to make their struggle look good. And believe me, let me get this straight. There's a difference between being fake and learning how to wear the struggle. Let's start with that, because I don't want nobody confusing those two. Wearing the struggle means you're not in denial about what you've gone through. And you're not acting like it never happened or you never gone through. You just realize that walking around being sad about it, throwing a pity party about it, is not going to solve your issues. You're woman enough to realize, okay, I've gone through this, but I'm not about to allow this bad experience to hinder me. What I'm going to do is grow from it, learn from it. I may even try to teach others so they don't have to go through what I've gone through. It's a difference when a woman wears her struggles, not because she's trying to be phony, but because she's not one to look for sympathy. She's not for one to be like, oh girl, what's wrong with you? You need me to help you? You need me to lend you some money? You need me to... She's not in the business of having people feel sorry for her. You know, so there's a difference. Now, on the other hand, you got some people that's fake with their struggles. Now, these type of females, they try to act like they got it all together. They so independent. They don't need nobody. They got it all figured out, and they don't mind being the man and the woman. They don't mind being the head and the tail. You know, some of them go so far as to adopting this materialistic lifestyle, buying these expensive vehicles, going out of town every weekend, splurging and all this and that and everything. But then you turn around, when they back up against the wall, they're looking for help. They want an increase in child support. They mad because somebody won't help them with the kids now because they're getting so overwhelmed. Other words, you fake it like you got it together, but when it gets too much, you want to cow it out. You want to cow it out by running down the child support, asking for an increase, or you giving your mom a hard time. People who supporting you, who being there for you, you know, you giving them a run for their money. You trying to aggravate their life because you need to be alleviated from problems that you done created. And you get aggravated because nobody wants to help clean your mess. Like I said, ticking time bombs. Got a lot of black women that do it. You know, ticking time bombs. To my women out there who are carrying themselves with class and dignity, you don't have to prove to these hyenas or these ticking time bombs that you just as much as a woman as they are. Getting loud, getting obnoxious, going toe to toe, going on YouTube and Facebook wars, and you going back and forth and you typing 10 or 20 paragraphs, putting them in their place. Let me tell you something. People don't respect you for what you do. They respect you for who you are. A man can look at you and tell you a woman just by how you carry yourself. Not by how loud the tone of your voice is. Not at how quick you are to box a hoe down and put in her place. A man can tell you a woman just by your aura, your presence. Like a woman could tell a man, like, you know, the same thing goes the other way around. A woman could tell a real man, if she's a real woman, she could tell a real man when she sees one. And she can tell he's a real man not by how he dresses, not by the words he verbalizes out of his mouth. It's just that look that he has. A real woman just knows it when she sees it. It's that confidence he has, not that arrogance. You're between a man being confident and a man being arrogant. You can tell a man when he comes in the room, you can look at him and say, oh man, that's a man. And believe it or not, you fellas who are in that position, you men that are of class, believe it or not, a lot of hyenas and ticking time bombs, they're not going to approach you any kind of way, because they can look at you just from across the room and just know you're not one that they can easily manipulate. And a lot of them are intimidated by men with class. A lot of them can't even hold a conversation with you. Some of you men are so intellectual, within 5 minutes of conversation, the hyena is lost. It's like explaining calculus to a kindergarten. We underestimate women who are of class because they are not ones to jump in your face or to put you in your place. You got some women who know how to mentally battle you. I have mentally battled a lot of females in my lifetime. I've came at them from angles they never even prepared, because I never let them know where I was coming from or what I was capable of. A lot of these black women, when you're in friendships with these hyenas or these ticking time bombs, you got to learn to read them between the lines. For example, if a female says, if you notice a female is enemies with another female and that female is your friend, and you see how she talks about this other girl, how much she threatens the other girl, that should already let you know the moment you and this broad have a problem, you're going to get the same treatment. And there's been a lot of cases where there's been a lot of females who have done dirt together. Look at all these reality shows. Think about it. Everybody who started off being the best of friends end up becoming pure enemies by season 5 and season 6. Because the problem is sometimes you can become too close to each other to the point to where you both become overly familiar and with one another's problems, and that's where sometimes disrespect has a way of creeping in. When another black female knows too much about your household, knows too much about your relationship, knows too much about your problems, even though she's sharing her problems with you, you thinking y'all on the same level. I'm going through, she going through, we friends, we got no room to judge each other. But keep in mind, she's calculating everything you're telling her. She's only telling you just enough to be in your business, to get in and find out what you're going through. That way, if you ever upset this ticking time bomb or make her mad, she's going to use it against you. I'm a living witness. I did it. You have to be, black women, we have to be so careful with one another, because we don't always mean each other no good. So much, I mean, the majority of us, bad enough, we don't always meet our fellow black men any good, and in some cases they don't mean us any good either. You know, you got some men out there, they cutthroat and they no good, but black females, the problem is, you know, we already don't connect with our black men as strongly as we should, but we don't even connect with each other. We too busy hating on each other. We too busy trying to get close to one another, to get in each other's business so we can detect and examine one another's weaknesses so we can use it against each other. Y'all are going on Facebook first before y'all woman enough to call another woman and say, hey, I got an issue, I got a problem. Let's pull it aside and talk about it. Let's go meet at Starbucks somewhere and set our issues. Black women, we don't do that with each other. We will hate each other first before we sit down and hash out our differences as grown women. You got some black women that hate each other from 10 years ago, and to this day don't even know what they mad at each other, don't even know what they mad with each other about. That's how bad it has gotten. I'm concerned for us for the simple fact that it's bad enough we don't have other people that can really relate to us. It's not too many black men can relate to us, and there's not too many white women, and there's not too many white men that can relate to us, but we can't even be there for one another. Because we have this cutthroat mentality. We too busy. It's that crab mentality, trying to pull each other down. You got some people, they don't mind you doing good, but when you start doing better than them, then it's a problem. Some black women, they got too much pride. Don't know how to apologize. Don't know how to say I'm sorry. I lost a friendship over that simply because this person didn't feel like she was wrong. She didn't feel like she needed to apologize. And you have a lot of black women who quit to say, if you got something to say to me, you could bring it to my face. Keep it real. Keep it honest with me. A lot of y'all not approachable. Nobody can keep it real with you because you're going to get offended in the first place. A lot of y'all quit to get offended. You can't talk to a black woman. You can't talk to too many ticking time bombs. Let me rephrase that. And again, if it does not reply, do not apply. If you are not a ticking time bomb and you confident in you, it's only the insecure ones that will respond to every little thing because you know somewhere internally that's something you're struggling with and somebody calling you out on it. But a woman who's confident and knows she's a woman, she don't have to respond to every little black male commentator or black female commentator. All black women ain't like that. If you're not, then why are you stressing it? Nobody can't make you be something that you know you're not. It's kind of like, I'm not going to get offended if somebody calls me a whore because I know I'm not a whore. Now I'll get upset. But I'm not going to get to the point where I'm going to go on a 8-9 paragraph war page with them to express every little and respond to every little dagger that's being thrown at me. But black women, we need to really stop underestimating females who are humble, and you think because they not, you know, retaliating or going at you or cussing you out that they weak. You got some women that are just smart enough to know how to bite you from other angles. Let me tell you something, a point in case. There was a situation in which these two females, both was black women, had an issue that occurred on the job. Okay? And basically, long story short, one of the females tried to be diligent and walk away from the friendship, because she saw that it was going to get ugly. She saw that this other female was going to, you know, make it worse than what it was. So she decided to be wise enough and say, you know what, I'm going to walk away and disengage from this. The other female could not handle it. She couldn't handle the fact that this grown woman was smart enough to walk away and leave the situation, and she got upset, and she didn't look at it as, okay, well, maybe for her to walk away from this friendship, maybe I did something wrong, or maybe this is something we need to discuss. She didn't do that. You know what she did? She went to Facebook. She went on Facebook and she posted it. Now keep in mind, this other female that decided to walk away from the situation, she stayed quiet because she knew that ticking time bomb was going to slip and give herself away. Because ticking time bombs, y'all can't keep y'all composure. Y'all quit to let people know what y'all going to do, how y'all going to do it, and that's how people have an opportunity to stop you before you even go into full execution with your plan. She was so angry, she went on Facebook and posted what she was going to do to this female. She posted it. And she, of course, she had her little hyena followers who didn't know the situation, because black women are good for that. We quit to co-sign on each other mess when a female is getting into it with another female. Yeah, girl, put her in her place. You need to let her have it. You don't even know what she did to the other female, and you up here co-signing with her. But she posted on Facebook what she was going to do. And what that did was gave the woman with class enough time to prepare and sting her first. Women who are quiet and humble and learn to listen always end up on top. They always end up being a winner. You hyenas, you ticking time bombs that so badly want to get your point across, so badly think the more louder you get, someone is hearing you. Y'all end up on the bottom totem pole every time, because you're not woman enough to know how to keep yourself together. People, you can always detect a hyena's weaknesses quicker than a woman with class. Because hyenas, they let you know what get them mad. I see it all the time. A lot of y'all come, a lot of these hyenas, ticking time bombs, y'all come on my page, already know if you in your feelings about what I post is because either you know you're doing it, or you know you're close to somebody, you know who's doing it. It's one or the other. We don't like being called out. Hyenas are ticking time bombs. They want to do all exposing, but they don't want, they very rarely want somebody to expose them. I say all that to say this. Never underestimate a woman who is humble, because she's not one to slice you and cuss you, slice you by your throat, beat you down, cuss you out. Don't think that she's not smart. What she's doing is she's already mentally plotted how she's going to deal with you. So while you think you're the one with the upper hand because you're going on Facebook posting and getting your little audience and letting everybody know who you mad with and what you plan on doing to them, all you're doing is just hanging yourself with a rope. That's basically what you're doing. Black women need to learn to get along with one another. We up here talking about all these other races. Black men ain't this, white men, white women. We don't even do each other right. So how do we expect other races to do us right? We don't love each other. We don't care about each other. Black women do not care about other black women. You have some sisters that look out for you. I've had some black women that come on my vlogs and really support me, and I appreciate it. But that's the minority, not the majority. Only time will tell where black women are going to go. You know, only time will tell. But at this point, I just don't really see us getting any better, because the majority of us, we hate ourselves. So it's hard to love someone else when you don't even love yourself. But on that note, I would like for y'all to comment, you know. Comment, give me your intake. Even if you decide to comment on a ratchet level, I'm a chameleon. I can blend in with the ratchetness. I can blend in with that too. You know what I'm saying? Comment, like, subscribe, share the video with other black women. You know, maybe some of them don't figure they have anger issues. You know, maybe this video will enlighten them, you know, will give them a sense of pride to make them realize, you know, where they're going in error. Like, subscribe. Thank you for viewing my video. Thanks, gentlemen, for your love and support. Thank you to all the real sisters out there who's understanding that I'm doing my messages out of love, because I want to see y'all do well. I want to see y'all succeed. It's your girl, Lady Mocha, with Cafe de Paris. And remember, if it does not apply, you don't have to reply. See y'all later, and y'all have a blessed day. Lady Mocha signing off.